Now, you go from 5'5" to 6 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to look in the mirror after the 4th surgery and you're looking at yourself as a 6 foot tall man for the first time in your life?
It was real weird because so oddly enough, your mind takes a while to process the fact that you're taller. So you can't actually you'll look in the mirror, but you don't actually feel like anything changed. It takes a little bit of time for your mind to process it. You don't actually, because you seen it in such, it's just like a growth spurt. You don't realize you're taller until you get around other people. So I didn't realize how tall I was until I got back out into the world and realized I didn't feel tall, but at the same time, I'm taller than most people everywhere I go. So it's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
So before the interview, you and I kind of stood side by side, and it's like, okay, we're pretty close now in height. And with me, I'm significantly taller than both of my parents, but that's because they grew up in Ukraine. I came to America when I was about 4 or 5. And I think the diet I had access to here in terms of milk and vitamins and so forth just caused me to grow more than they did. I think. I have no other idea.
Yeah, I definitely think my diet played a part in it because, we struggled a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lower income neighborhoods, you don't have access to the best food. Kids end up not being as tall. Yeah. So now you're 6 feet tall, but you have to learn how to walk again.
Mm-hmm.
You go crazy in the gym.
Absolutely.
I think you actually asked if there was a gym in the studio.
I did.
There's a Planet Fitness next door.
Yeah. So I thought about looking up a gym, but I ended up just figuring it out yesterday. I just spent all yesterday in the gym. So.
Okay, got it. How much time do you spend in the gym?
It just depends on the day. It depends between 4 to 8, sometimes more.
4 to 8 hours.
4 to 8 hours.
This is a part-time job or a full-time job, depending on what day you go.
Just depends.
I mean, how do you support yourself if you're in the gym, essentially full-time?
Well, I have, like I said, I'm back into business now, so I have my business going on. I have a few other things going for myself, all legit. I'm all legit now.
Okay.
But I just have a few different things going on for myself at this time in my life.
Right now, how long ago was your last operation?
Last May or June. 2023 May or June, not 2024.
A year and a half?
Yeah.
Walking around, do you walk as well as you used to walk?
Pretty much. The way I walk around, you wouldn't, unless I'm tired, really tired, or I've been sitting down for too long, you wouldn't even know I had surgery when I'm walking around.
Okay, not me noticing, but you yourself. Walking 5 blocks, exactly the same as before, or a little bit different?
Nah, I started to feel my legs will start to feel very tired. My legs are very heavy, mainly because of the rods and my legs get heavy.
So you actually, you're lugging around the metal rods.
They get pretty heavy.
Aha. How much weight did you gain before and after? I mean, in terms of just...
When I did the surgery, so I was back on track with life, so I had put on all this weight in the gym every day, going hard. Did the surgery. By the time from that 6 months, I was eating as much as I could, working out every day. I still lost 50 pounds.
Okay.
So I was pissed. I was pissed about that. That was probably the one downfall for me.
How long did it take from the last surgery, a year and a half ago, to start walking more or less normally?
A year.
A year?
Actual normal, a year and some change.
Now, what's scary though, and me and you were talking about this a while back, is that some people don't take the rehab very seriously.
Absolutely.
And they end up never walking normally again.
That is true.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
You go in to get taller and you end up with the inability to properly walk. And you've seen this.
Absolutely.
Why do you think this happens?
Well, I already knew this would be the case. I knew this would work out like this when I saw a lot of, when I met some of the people, you know what I mean? Their mindsets was a little bit more immature. And I had a lot of maturing to do myself, a lot. But they had a very immature mindset. They didn't look at life, they looked at life as, not as serious. So a lot of people just didn't take rehab serious at all, or didn't do any rehab, which didn't make sense to me. And everybody would think I'm crazy because they're like, why do you spend so much time in the gym? I'm like, this is my ability to walk. I did something, I know it's crazy. I know. I did something crazy to myself, and no matter what happened, if I used to laugh at myself, like on days where I thought maybe I'll never walk right again, I would be so frustrated, but I would laugh because I'm like, that's your dumb ass, you did it. And I just keep pushing, like, okay, all I can do is keep going and see what happened. But a lot of people didn't have that like mental forefront. They was just like, I did the surgery, cool, I'm taller.
That's it, I'm done.
That's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
This is, what I've learned is anything that you do is a lifestyle. Like people in the gym will tell you going to the gym is a lifestyle. People in their career field will tell you this is a lifestyle. I have to gear my life around this. So that's the same, that's no different with the surgery, like recovery. When you're something like this, the body was never meant to undergo. The body was not, this is traumatic to the body. Mm-hmm. The body's ability to recover is astonishing. It's amazing. I was a combat medic. The body can recover from some crazy shit, but it was never meant to recover from something like this. So you have to push yourself a little bit harder than you're used to. And they just didn't have that mindset. And it was unfortunate for them, but at the same time, they made the same choice I made. They signed the same paper I signed, so.
These were all men?
Men and women. Men.
Oh, so there were women there as well?
Absolutely.
Really? Why would women get height surgery?
Most of them said something about flight attendants have to be a certain height, or modeling. That's what they said. I don't know anything about that, but most of them said.
A new job, man.
Most
crazy.
of them said flight attendants have to be a certain height, models have to be a certain height. That was the two biggest things, because it was some very pretty women there. So.
Okay, so some of the women were very attractive.
Yeah.
How about the men?
Someone was it was different layers. It was different tiers of men there. There was some businessmen, very respectable. There was some very like charismatic men, saying like they just to them there's just another check in the box. They just improving the quality of life, because we all know you don't need height, but height definitely help, especially like in the dating field, or like, you know, the height definitely helps. So you don't need it, but it's cool to have. So some of them was, you know, they was cool, like cool looking guys, you know, charismatic businessmen, successful men, and then others were, you know, I won't get too deep into it, but it made sense why they were there, you know, in a sense. And I say that.